Hello dear student, now this is online lecture number 44. Today's date is 20th April 2021. तर कालच्या पिरियडला आपण काही डेफिनेशन्स पाहिल्या होत्या. मेकॅनिकल वेव्ह, प्रोग्रेसिव्ह वेव्ह. Now once again I repeat this definition in very short. Then you may study the further part of this chapter, sound. Now a wave which require material medium for their propagation is called as mechanical wave. A wave which require material medium, in absence of material medium the wave cannot be propagated. Such wave cannot say the mechanical wave. But the material should possesses the essential two properties. The material must be elastic and continuous, and the second part, the material must have elastic and continuous, and second point of material that can obey, then and then the mechanical wave can be propagated in such medium, and that is it has some inertia or mass. Now a wave which is continuously travels in a given direction without change of form is called as the progressive wave. Now progressive wave further divided into two, transverse wave and longitudinal wave. The progressive wave is further divided into two. First is the transverse wave, and second one is the longitudinal wave. How the particle of the wave vibrate in a direction of propagation of wave. From this reason you may classify the progressive wave into two parts, transverse wave and longitudinal wave. Now if the particle of the wave vibrate perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave, then such wave is called as transverse wave. And if the particle of the wave vibrate parallel to the direction of propagation of wave, is called as longitudinal wave. Is called as longitudinal wave. Now in case of transverse wave and longitudinal wave, we must understood some definitions which is very important for studying the transverse wave and longitudinal wave and their characteristics. Now the first definition as concerned to this wave, amplitude. Now it is generally denoted by A or small a. Now definitions are very important. The maximum displacement of a particle, the maximum displacement of a particle from its mean position, is called as amplitude. The maximum displacement of a particle from its mean position is called as amplitude. Now amplitude is denoted by letter capital A or small a, as amplitude is a special type of distance which is measured from mean position from which the wave is propagated. Now it is the distance, therefore the SI unit of amplitude is meter. And once you get the unit of any physical quantity, we obtain their dimensions. Now as meter means length, and length is a fundamental quantity, and a quantity which is said to be fundamental, which does not depend upon any other quantity. Therefore the dimensions of amplitude are 0 in mass, 1 in length, 0 in time, if you write the complete dimension. Now amplitude sometimes represented in Armstrong unit also, in Armstrong unit. Now A Armstrong, like this. Now then, what is the relation between Armstrong and meter? Remember that 1 angstrom is equal to 10 to the power minus 10 meter. 10 to the power minus 10 meter. Now then, this amplitude can be shown graphically in a wave is like this. Now, this is a wave propagated without change of form. Now, suppose this is the origin from which the wave is propagated. Now, here the displacement of a particle from its mean position is 0. Here is say 1, 2, 3, it increases. But at this point, this displacement of the particle is maximum. Now, this displacement measured from mean position, now this displacement is called as amplitude. This displacement is called as amplitude, the maximum displacement of a particle from its mean position. Now, this is also the displacement. This is also the displacement from its mean position. This is the positive cycle. This is the negative cycle. Okay. Now, this is the amplitude. Now, this amplitude can be represented by letter plus A, and this amplitude is minus A. Minus A. Plus A, minus A. Now remember that this portion for which the particle vibrate with maximum amplitude, in case of wave, this is called as antinode. This is called as antinode. And the particle vibrate with minimum amplitude likely to be 0, this is called as node. Now we must understood these two concepts, which is very important, node and antinode. Now what is meant by antinode? The particle vibrate with maximum amplitude. That reason is called as antinode. And the particle vibrate with minimum amplitude is called as node. Is called as node. Remember that antinode, node are alternately formed. They cannot form successively. They are always formed alternately. They are always formed alternately. And two node and one antinode, two node and one antinode becomes a half cycle. Becomes a half cycle. Now then another definition. Now you may understood the definition of amplitude. The amplitude is the maximum displacement of a particle from its mean position. The maximum displacement of a particle from its mean position is called as amplitude. Is called as amplitude. It is denoted by letter A or A. SI unit is meter, and the dimensions are 1 in length. The dimensions are 1 in length. Now then you may understood the another definition, time period. It is denoted by letter T, time period. Now time taken by the particle to complete one vibration or one oscillation. The time taken by the particle to complete one oscillation or one vibration when the wave is propagated from its mean position. Now this is called as time period. This is called as time period. Now the SI unit of time period is second. The SI unit of time period is second, and again period or time is a fundamental quantity which does not depend upon any other quantity. Therefore the dimensions of time period are 0 in mass, 0 in length, 1 in time. We must understood these definitions are very useful for studying the transverse wave, longitudinal wave, or any type of wave in further this chapter. Now once again I repeat the definition. A wave which requires material medium is called as mechanical wave. A wave which is continuously travels in a given direction is called as progressive wave. Progressive wave in which the particle are vibrate whether it is perpendicular or parallel in the direction of propagation of wave. From this reason the wave can be classified into two. First of all, the transverse wave, another is the longitudinal wave. Now then you may remember the definition of transverse wave. The particle of the wave vibrate perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave is called as transverse wave, and the particle of the wave vibrate parallel to the direction of propagation of wave is called as longitudinal wave. Now in case of wave, we must understood this definition. Amplitude, the maximum displacement of a particle from its mean position, is called as amplitude. The time taken by the particle to complete one oscillation on one vibration is called as time period. Now then you may define frequency. Now frequency is generally denoted by letter n. Now frequency is defined in two ways. The simple method to define the frequency is the reciprocal of time period. Therefore n is equal to 1 by t. Frequency is the reciprocal of time period, or in another word, the frequency is defined as the number of oscillation performed by particle. The number of oscillation performed by particle per second. The number of oscillation performed by particle per second is called as frequency, or the frequency is the reciprocal of time period. You may write the any definition which is easy to you in examination if you ask. Okay. Now mathematically n is equal to 1 by t, as we know that the time period measured in second, therefore the SI unit of frequency is per second, or it is also per second. But remember that per second is equivalent to hertz. Frequency generally measured in hertz, and remember that 1 hertz is equivalent to per second. Therefore the SI unit of frequency is hertz. It is denoted by letter like this, H capital and Z like this, frequency. Now you may define another definition as concerned to this wave point of view, wavelength. Now wavelength is denoted by letter lambda. Now this definition is important, and there will be a little confusion between amplitude and wavelength. Now wavelength is defined as it is the distance between two successive particles. Wavelength is defined as it is the distance between two successive particles is in phase without change of form. Wavelength is defined as it is the successive distance between two particles is in phase. Wavelength is defined as it is the successive distance between two particles is in phase without change of form. Now in this wave, the wavelength can be represented like this. Now this is the particle and this is the particle. Now first particle at this position, second particle this, the successive particle, याच्यानंतर कुठला particle आला हा, it is the distance between successive particles is in phase without change of form. Now then this distance is called as wavelength. This particle, then this distance is also called as wavelength. Correct? Now it is the distance between two successive particles is in phase without change of form. Is called as the wavelength. Now again the name indicates full meaning, wavelength. Length, again it is a length measured in meter. Therefore wavelength measured in meter, its SI unit is meter, its dimensions are 1 in length. Now then you may define velocity. Now in magnitude. Now velocity is defined as it is the distance traveled by the wave velocity of a wave is defined as it is the distance traveled by a wave per second. Therefore, in magnitude, velocity is equal to distance traveled divided by time. But here the distance traveled is equal to wavelength and time is t. Now then v is equal to distance traveled is equal to wavelength and time to time. But wavelength is lambda and time is t. But according to this, 1 by t is n. Reciprocal of time period is frequency. Therefore, you may write it is n lambda. Now, v is equal to n lambda. Now, you may get the very popular and famous relation as concerned to wave point of view. V is equal to n lambda. V is equal to n lambda. V is equal to n lambda, where v is the velocity, n is the frequency, lambda is the wavelength. Now, remember that all type of wave obey this relation, and we know that any product is constant. It means that one thing increases, another thing decreases, and vice versa. Here v is equal to n lambda. Here one more thing you remember, that as the wave is transferred from one medium to another medium, its frequency remain constant. Frequency does not change. Frequency constant राहत असते. तर या सगळ्या डेफिनेशन्स थोडं वारंवार आपण बघितल्या तर ह्या आपल्या लक्षात यायला मदत होईल. तर परत एकदा ह्या डेफिनेशन शॉर्टमध्ये घेतो. ॲम्प्लिट्यूड, द मॅक्झिमम डिस्प्लेसमेंट ऑफ अ पार्टिकल फ्रॉम इट्स मीन पोझिशन. ॲम्प्लिट्यूड, द टाइम टेकन बाय द पार्टिकल टू कंप्लीट वन ऑसिलेशन is called as time period. The frequency is the number of oscillation performed by particle per second is called as frequency. Frequency is the reciprocal of time period. Wavelength, it is the distance between two successive particles is in phase without change of form. Wavelength is denoted by letter lambda. Now then you may define the velocity and obtain the relation between velocity, frequency and wavelength. Now velocity, as we know that the popular definition of velocity is distance by time. Now as concerned to wave point of view, you may define velocity of a wave is defined as it is the distance traveled by a wave per unit time. Therefore velocity is equal to wavelength, distance traveled is equal to wavelength divided by time, wavelength lambda by t. Therefore v is equal to n lambda. Now as concerned to wave point of view, we must understood a very important concept. Now wave motion is doubly periodic. तर ती वेव जर तुम्ही काळजीपूर्वक बघितली तर या सायकलला आणि या सायकलला किंवा या सायकलला प्रोपेगेट होण्यासाठी टाईम सारखा लागतो. फॉर प्रोपेगेशन ऑफ ईच अँड एव्हरी सायकल हॅव द सेम डिस्टन्स अँड सेम टाईम. म्हणजे याला टाईम पण तेवढाच लागेल. हे पॉझिटिव्ह आहे म्हणून टाईम जास्त, निगेटिव्ह म्हणून टाईम कमी नाही, किंवा पॉझिटिव्ह आहे म्हणजे डिस्टन्स जास्त, निगेटिव्ह म्हणजे डिस्टन्स कमी असं नाही. तर पॉझिटिव्ह सायकल असू दे, निगेटिव्ह सायकल असू दे, डिस्टन्स कसं आहे सेम आहे, स्पेस कसा आहे सेम आहे, आणि दोघाला टाईम पण कसा लागतो सेम लागतो. इज इट राईट? म्हणजे इथं कुठल्या दोन गोष्टी रिपीटेड घडतात, टाईम आणि स्पेस, म्हणून ह्याला म्हणायचं डबली पिरियडिक. नाउ इन अ वेव, the wave propagated itself repeated. If the wave propagated from its mean position, the wave itself repeated in equal space and equal time after a definite interval. Therefore you may say that the wave motion is doubly periodic. The wave motion is doubly periodic in space and time. असं कधीच होत नाही. पॉझिटिव्ह सायकल नंतर लगेच पॉझिटिव्ह सायकल येते किंवा निगेटिव्ह नंतर निगेटिव्ह. वेव्ह नेहमी कशी हे होईल अल्टरनेटली. कशी ही होईल अल्टरनेटली. लक्षात आलं का? त्यामुळं त्याला टाईम जेवढा लागेल तेवढं त्याचं अंतर पण आहे. म्हणजे कुठल्या दोन गोष्टी सारख्या घडत आहेत आणि इट रिपीटेड इट सेल्फ, त्याला कसलंही पुन्हा काही एक्सटर्नल फोर्स लावायची आवश्यकता नाही. द व्हेव इट सेल्फ रिपीटेड इन इक्वल टाईम अँड इक्वल स्पेस, देअरफॉर यू मे से दॅट द व्हेव मोशन इज डबली पिरियॉडिक इन स्पेस अँड टाईम. मला वाटतं ते सगळ्यांना समजलं का? परत एकदा बघा. व्हेव मोशन, व्हेव प्रोपेगेट होत असताना पॉझिटिव्ह सायकल, निगेटिव्ह सायकल ह्या दोघांचाही स्पेस कसा आहे? सेम आहे. आणि दोघांनाही टाईम कसा लागलेला आहे? सेम लागलेला आहे. त्याच्या पुढच्या सायकलला पण टाईम कसा लागेल? सेम. डिस्टन्स पण कसा असेल? सेम. आणि इट सेल्फ रिपीटेड हे ॲटोमॅटिक घडत जातं. कुठेही टाईम कमी लागत नाही, कुठेही टाईम जास्त लागत नाही, कुठेही अंतर कमी होत नाही, कुठेही जास्त होत नाही. आणि त्याचा वेव्हचा जो फॉर्म पण काय होत नाही? चेंज होत नाही. म्हणून ह्याला म्हणायचं द वेव्ह मोशन इज डबली पिरियॉडिक. पिरियड म्हणजे एकच गोष्ट सारखी डबल घडणे, ह्याला पिरियड म्हणायचं. पिरियड म्हणजे त्याचा कन्सेप्ट टाईमनुसारच घेतला पाहिजे असं काय नाही. कुठलीही आयुष्यातली गोष्ट जर एकसारखी सतत घडत असेल तर त्याला आपल्याला पिरियॉडिक हा शब्द वापरता येतो. इज इट राईट? तर वेव्ह मोशन इज डबली पिरियॉडिक इन स्पेस अँड टाईम. स्पेस अँड टाईम म्हणजे डिस्टन्स आणि टाईम रिपीटेड घडत आहे. ओके. तर मला वाटतं हा कन्सेप्ट तुम्हाला समजलेला असेल. बघा, वेव्ह मोशन इज डबली पिरियॉडिक. तर ट्रान्सवर्स वेव्ह जेव्हा फॉर्म होते this is time, now remember that this portion is called as crest and this portion is called as trough in case of transverse wave. Now transverse wave alternately form in crest and trough. ट्रान्सवर्स वेव्ह अल्टरनेटली फॉर्म क्रिस्ट अँड ट्रफ. असं काही नाही की ट्रान्सवर्स वेव्ह मस्ट बी स्टार्ट फ्रॉम क्रिस्ट. नो, ट्रान्सवर्स वेव्ह ऑलवेज स्टार्ट फ्रॉम ट्रफ. सॉरी, द ट्रान्सवर्स वेव्ह मे बी स्टार्ट फ्रॉम क्रिस्ट और ट्रफ लाईक दिस. नाव दिस इज ट्रफ, दिस इज क्रिस्ट. पण असं होत नाही क्रिस्ट नंतर क्रिस्ट येत नाही. क्रिस्ट नंतर काय येईल? ट्रफ. किंवा ट्रफ नंतर काय येईल? क्रिस्ट येईल. लक्षात आलं का? समजलं का? आणि एक क्रिस्ट आणि एक ट्रफ हे दोघांचे मिळून काय होईल? वेव्हलेंथ होईल. काय होईल? म्हणजे हे दिस डिस्टन्स इज वेव्हलेंथ. दिस इज द लॅम्बडा वेव्हलेंथ. पुन्हा ह्याचा फेज पाय, 2 पाय, 3 पाय आपल्याला ते पण डिटेल्समध्ये बघायचं आहे, टाईम बघायचा आहे. ओके. तर ते थोडंसं जसं समजेल तसं आपण जाऊयात. तर हा ट्रान्सवर्स वेव्ह आहे, क्रिस्ट अँड ट्रफ. ओके. तसं लॉंगिट्युडनल वेव्ह म्हणजे ट्रान्सवर्स वेव्ह कशा असतात? एखाद्या स्ट्रिंगला जर तुम्ही प्लग केलं तर ती स्ट्रिंग काय होते? अप अँड डाऊन. पार्टिकल्स व्हायब्रेट परपेंडिक्युलर टू द डायरेक्शन ऑफ प्रोपेगेशन ऑफ वेव्ह. अप अँड डाऊन. आणि लॉंगिट्युडनल वेव्हला काय होतं? इफ यू अप्लाय द फोर्स, the particle vibrate in the direction of propagation of wave. म्हणजे हे ट्युनिंग फॉर्क आहे. These are the prongs, and if these prongs are plugged on your rubber band, the prongs are vibrate like this. पुढे मागे इलॅस्टिक प्रॉपर्टी आहे. इज इट राईट? तर ह्याच्यामुळं इथं ज्या वेव्ह निर्माण होतात तर त्या ह्या वेव्ह अशा होतात. तर जिथं लाईन थोड्या वाईडली सेपरेटेड आहेत, दिस रिजन इज कॉल्ड ॲज रेअर फॅक्शन. आर मीन्स रेअर फॅक्शन. आणि जिथं लाईन थोड्या क्राउडेड टुगेदर साईज, दिस रिजन इज कॉल्ड ॲज कॉम्प्रेशन. जसं ट्रान्सवर्स वेव्ह क्रिस्ट आणि ट्रफ अल्टरनेटली फॉर्म होते, क्रिस्ट अँड ट्रफ, तशी लॉंगिट्युडनल वेव्ह कशी फॉर्म होईल, अल्टरनेटली कॉम्प्रेशन रेअर फॅक्शन किंवा रेअर फॅक्शन कॉम्प्रेशन. तर ज्यावेळेस या ट्युनिंग फॉर्कची हा जो प्रॉंग आहे ज्यावेळेस या साईडला येईल त्यावेळेस प्रेशर वाढेल. प्रेशर वाढलं की पार्टिकल काय होतील, एकदम जवळ होतील. तर त्यावेळेस काय तयार होईल, कॉम्प्रेशन. आणि ज्यावेळेस ट्युनिंग फॉर्कचा प्रॉंग हा आतल्या साईडला जाईल त्यावेळेस पार्टिकल्स काय होतील, सेपरेट होतील. आणि त्यावेळेस काय फॉर्म होईल, रेअर फॅक्शन. आणि ट्युनिंग फॉर्कचा प्रॉंग कधी एकदा बाहेरमध्ये अप अँड डाऊन. ओके. त्यामुळे कॉम्प्रेशन आणि रेअर फॅक्शन अल्टरनेटली फॉर्म. तर हे ओळखायचं कसं, द लाईन्स आर व्हेरी crowded together, म्हणजे the particles are very crowded together, this region is called as compression, and the particles are very widely separated, this region is called as rarefaction in case of longitudinal wave. Remember that all sound waves are the longitudinal wave, all sound waves are the longitudinal wave. आणि ट्रान्सवर्स वेव्हमध्ये काय होईल, क्रिस्ट आणि ट्रफ अल्टरनेटली फॉर्म. तर पॉझिटिव्ह सायकल म्हणजे काय, क्रिस्ट, आणि निगेटिव्ह सायकल म्हणजे काय, ट्रफ. पॉझिटिव्ह सायकल म्हणजे काय, क्रिस्ट, आणि निगेटिव्ह सायकल म्हणजे काय, ट्रफ. लक्षात आलं का. तर कॉम्प्रेशन रेअर फॅक्शन कसं फॉर्म होईल, अल्टरनेटली. कसं फॉर्म होईल, अल्टरनेटली. ओके. तर याच्या पुढचा भाग आपण उद्याला घेऊयात. तर उद्याचा पार्ट आपल्याला खूप महत्त्वाचा घ्यायचा आहे, तो नेक्स्ट टाईम घेऊयात. थँक्यू.